I'm DJ Semtex. Right now, you're locked into Capital XTRA. And right now, with me in the building, my man Slick Rick. What's going on, man?
What's up, family? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm fine. Maintaining, enjoying England, you know? Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, because it's like I said, my brother put me on to that track, and that opened the doors for me and everything else, and it's an incredible record. So you must have witnessed a crazy journey, right? Like, right to this point, from back then to now.
Yeah, it's an adventure, you know? Adventure, bop and weave, get to the finish line, and we call the album Victory.
Right.
Yeah.
The show that came out way back then, like right now, you're in the UK, we're talking about the new album Victory. Like, how did this come about? Because you're working with Idris Elba, you're working with Nas and Mass Appeal. Like, yeah, how?
Idris and me hooked up, you know? He just said he wanted me to make an album with him. And I said, what the heck, you know? So I came to England, hung out with Idris in France and in England, and we put our ideas together and we just came up with an album. And then decided to try to bring it to the marketplace and see what happens. That's where we are now, at the marketplace.
Okay, I hear that. Before we get into the new music, let's take it back to another classic. Like,
okay.
And you know, it's La Di Da Di, and to some people, they may never have heard it before. Even if you haven't heard it before, you've heard it before, because it's one of the most sampled records ever. When you vocaled that, did you ever think it would be as omnipotent as it is?
At the time, we were just having fun as children, and we was appealing to my generation, and then it just spread across the planet. As you see now, hip-hop is international, it's everywhere, even places where you can't speak English. So it's just it's the voice of the people, like a melting pot type of a thing. No. So, you know, I didn't know at the time it was going to be so big, but I'm glad it did, you know? Yeah.
How does it feel, though? Because, you know, that one track, it's like on 1,000 different records, which gets played like millions of times. Like, how does that feel?
It's a great feeling, you know. A lot of people use it for choruses and ideas, take a sentence off of it, and just run with it, because it was the clarity, you know what I mean? It was a lot of music involved. It's just just a beatbox and my words, so it was easy to sample and make choruses or whatever ideas you wanted to use it for.
You're one of the artists that's like the foundation of hip-hop. You're one of the cornerstones of hip-hop. You're a pioneer. You've influenced everybody. You've influenced everyone's favorite rapper, right? But some people may not know that you're actually from the UK.
Right.
So technically, you're the most successful UK rapper ever. And you probably are for the foreseeable future, purely because of the impact of the records that you've done and who you've influenced and everything else. How did you connect with gigs? How did that come about?
Well, my wife and Idris hooked that up, you know?
Right.
And then we just flowed, we do what we do. Made a little video, try to please both sides, both coasts, America and England. You know, England's best, America's English-American best, and just mix it up and try to feed both publics, you know?
No, it's beautiful, man. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
So since you've been out here on this trip, I see you hooked up with my guy, DJ AG and everything.
Yeah.
How are you finding what's going on in the UK this time around, now that you're back out here?
I mean, it's fun, you know? Everybody's into the hip-hop, the international language of everybody. It's good, you know? Just keep nurturing it, feeding the plant. Having a good time with the peoples, you know? Yeah.
You've done a track with Nas before, but do you ever feel pressure? Like, because, you know, Nas is one of the greats like yourself.
We have, like, different styles, so it's like variety, you know? You give the public variety, you shine in your lane, and that's it. And then the public just enjoys the variety of both different artists, you know?
Like, what's your personal favorite joint from this album?
I think my favorite would be Landlord and Angelic.
Why is that?
They have a feeling to them. One has a reggae vibe to it, and a story about being a landlord, and the other one has an angelic feel to it, discussing my walk through life up to today. You know, so it gives you both worlds and feeds the public, and they can relate type. You know.
How did it feel like working on this album? Because it's your first one that you've done in a while, and it's like you connected with my guy Idris Elba as well. Like, yeah, what was it like, the whole experience? It
was fun, you know, hanging out with Idris, big dog, you know, movie star type, and we just having fun, you know, doing what we do, ghetto stuff, you know. Since me, I'm talking clean, but, you know, we talk like this, my kid, just studying me, like, you know what I mean? Like that. So we just having fun like that, you know? And just feeding our our audience, you know what I mean? Which is now international, even places that can't speak English. So you get used to that, the African existence in society. So we don't lose our mark. We don't lose our place in society. You know what I mean? We kind of made this thing international all over places where people can't speak English type of stuff. So now you can study why is something about this African American, English American charisma that attracts worldly. So we just play with it in our own way, and then as long as you don't water it down too much, and then people can enjoy themselves, you know? Yeah.
Do you think you'd ever move back to the UK?
I'll visit, you know? Not like that, you know what I'm saying, man? Not like that, but you know.
I hear that.
I like both places. You know what I mean. I think I can manage both places. You know what I mean. If I, you know.
Right.
But you know, I like both places. But you know, I'm running around in Disneyland over there. You know what I mean. Like making sure we staying on point.
Right.
Running this earth.
I hear that.
You know what I mean, kid.
And originally you're from South London.
Yeah. Okay. I'm from Mitcham, Surrey.
Right.
Yeah, my train station was Collier's Wood.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I remember. You know what I mean? I was 11 years old when I left.
Have you ever been back just to
visit the old block? You know, the old house I used to live in, the old apartments and stuff like that. The whole park and stores and stuff like that.
Right.
Reminisce and stuff like that. Yeah.
What's your take on hip hop right now? Is there anyone that you're feeling like just across the board?
Well, I feel different people's styles, their lanes. Like let's say a Wu-Tang Clan has its lane.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes has his lane. Rakim and Kane got their lane. Nas got his lane, you know what I mean? And they just shine in their lane. So those are the people I like the most, you know. Missy Elliott, you know, like that.
And you've influenced all of them. Like you influenced Jay-Z, Nas, Ghostface Killer, Raekwon, Missy Elliott, Snoop Dogg, etc., 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 etc.
Right. Each one inspire each other, you know?
It's crazy though. Sorry, I'm gonna give you flowers. I'm gonna talk it up. Like I know you're being like you, but I'm saying, bro, that's incredible. Like there's not many people who've done that. It's crazy. It's like it's a very real testament to your skill. And I'm gonna claim it, and you're from the UK.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's crazy though, but it is. Do you ever pinch yourself a moment, or do you ever just think like, oh wow? You know?
Not really. I study people's reactions to what I'm doing on my existence and all that type of stuff, and I just stay, you know, keep feeding our world of rap, our world of hip hop, our Ebonics lingo, our world, which draws other worlds into it with fascination, intrigue, and inspiration. Inspires, you know?
What do you want people to get from this album, Victory?
I want them to get what they get from it, you know what I mean? I think it speaks for itself. Each song can touch you in a different way. I want to enrich you. I want you to enjoy your existence listening to these things. You don't always have to hear it in the club. You can hear it at home.
Right.
Like a fireplace and a hot chocolate, and just listen. And it's very like a children's story too. You know what I mean? They say, "Hey, kids, gather around. Time to tell you a story," type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get that whole vibe. You know what I mean? So it lingers past just music. It lingers on, and it does something to your mind, your inspiration, your intrigue, you know?
Well, look, listen, Vic, man, I appreciate you taking the time out on this trip to pass through.
Thank you.
Anytime, more than welcome to pass through, and, you know,
it's
amazing to see you still doing it. It's dope.
Thank you very much.
So dope. This is like a real full circle moment. So, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sensei.